Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing a Korean woman's face on my shirt. uh, Jisoo from Blackpink. Anyway, I'm taking a break from being very productive to talk to you. So I put the controller down and I stopped playing video games to do this. The struggle. Anyway, I have to make a quick note. I saw a picture of a red carpet Billie Eilish, and that saying. That's like putting perfume on a pig or lipstick on a pig. Okay, so imagine a pig walking down the red carpet. Same thing. I don't get it. Um, I wish she would stop going outside. I wish people would stop taking pictures of her. I wish she didn't exist. I'll never forget when Billie Eilish said that when she was like younger, she was trying to be a dancer, and she said, "I danced 12 hours a week." Okay. Anyway, for those of you that actually do art or just are good at something, it doesn't have to be art. For those of you who are good at anything, it could be writing, it could be basketball, it could be whatever. It could be role playing as Hermione. Okay, that's my sexual fantasy. Listen, if you do something 12 hours a week, that's nothing. But if you're good at something, like really good at something, and like you want to be that thing or whatever, or you're all about that thing, whatever it's called, you do it, a lot more than 12 hours a week. I don't know what the exact number is, but you're doing it like, 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week. Like you're putting some dedication into it. Like 12 hours a week is nothing. So like, Billie Eilish's warped mind, you know, mirrors her warped face. This chick had she had like black hair this time. Um and I love gothic girls, so like a pale chick with black hair is normally hot to me. Even I'm like, dude, you just I don't know. Billie Eilish looks like some noob was trying to make a mannequin and made a few mistakes. You know, I don't know. I just wish that she would go away. There's millions, I mean millions of better singers on this planet than Billie Eilish. There's I don't know, just she looks like an Afghan. I don't mean like the country that America retreated from and gave $80 billion of weapons to the Taliban. I'm talking about the dog. There's a dog called an Afghan. Look it up. Billie Eilish looks like an Afghan. And once you see it, you'll be like, oh wow. Anyway, that's not why I came on here. I don't know how I even got started on this Billie Eilish thing, but let me hop off this ugly train. Listen, speaking of trains, okay, so in London, on the subway, I guess they have subways. I don't know. I've never been to London. I've only lied to chicks saying I was from London to get laid. Okay? Now you're thinking, but you don't sound like you're from London. Well, there was a time in my life where I could do accents because I practiced, so I could speak with a British accent that sounded real. But I lost interest in that. But it took me, years of practicing, and I had like an acting book, and it told you how to speak in different accents. The best one was the Japanese one because it just sounded like straight out World War II propaganda. But anyway, On London subways, there's little billboards or little advertisements that say staring is illegal. So if someone is staring at you, they give you a number to call, and it's considered sexual harassment, sexual assault. What is the world coming to? And you already know it's never gonna be a guy being stared at. It's gonna be always be a woman. Like I don't know, like how many times have you just been lost in a thought, and then like when you get out of the thought, you've been staring at an object, but you really weren't staring at the object because you weren't paying attention. You know, like when you're on the bus, the subway, whatever, like a lot of people just zone out. So what's gonna really happen on this subway? You're gonna have a woman, because it's once again a guy's never gonna file a complaint. It's gonna be a woman, sitting down, whatever, and there's gonna be a guy. And of course, if the guy is unattractive, she's gonna, if she's a sensitive type, she's gonna complain or yell, "He's staring at me." But if the guy's hot, you know, good-looking, smashing young man, it's gonna be okay. That's right. I'm black-pilled when it comes to situations like this, because the only time staring is considered creepy is when it's someone you don't like. That's why this whole thing is stupid. Who in their right mind says staring is harassment? I mean, I don't know. Like, look away, get up, move. Now I understand if the person's following you on the train and you move. Okay, I get that. That's different. But we can't live and I know it's London. I don't live there, but see the thing is, if that flies over there, if that sticks, it's gonna spread to other countries. And like we got this, we got these woke snowflakes over here in America. If they catch wind of this, staring is violence. Trust me, they'll try to implement this, and it's oh god, society's gone to hell. Looking at people is now bad. And I know I'm slowly dropping staring to looking, but the thing is that's what they're gonna do too. Because like, how long is staring? 3 seconds? 4 seconds? Like, what's the limit on that? Is it gonna drop so much that like 1.5 seconds is considered staring? So it's gonna come to a point where you can't even like look at a person. The only person or the only people who are gonna benefit from this staring law are sunglass companies that make sunglasses, because trust me, sunglasses sales are gonna skyrocket, because if you're wearing sunglasses, no one knows who you're looking at. I mean, that's why I would wear sunglasses. Sitting on the bus, got your shades on. Well, first of all, if you're wearing sunglasses, people are less likely to socially interact with you. And if you're wearing headphones, people are less likely to socially interact with you. So there was a point in my life where I was always wearing sunglasses and always wearing headphones. And half the time the headphones didn't have any music in them, but it worked. So, I mean, that's, like, if you need lessons on how to be antisocial, ask me. But, and then I already know that, well, actually, I haven't taken the bus in, I couldn't tell you the last time I took the bus. I mean, hell, it might, it might have been 4 years ago. Because, I stopped being social. So, I usually wear clothes where people would ask me, "Where'd you get that from?" And so that's why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop taking the bus, because like I'm sick of people asking me, Where'd you get that pullover from? Or where'd you get that shirt from? And it's like, are you retarded? Just go to Amazon and type up whatever, cool shirt. Anything, anything you want to buy, you can get from Amazon, except for cooking hookers. That's what Craigslist is for. Little tip, in case you didn't know. Or go to any homeless encampment. That's also a good place to get a little STD with your sex, if you're into that sort of thing. I don't kink shame. If that's your fetish, that's your fetish. But anyway, so what's gonna happen is no one really knows how long staring is because it's up to the individual. Okay, so you are gonna have someone on a train who's gonna be like, this person looked at me, and that's violence or harassment or whatever, and it's gonna get so out of control. It's either gonna like be like spurned away, or we're gonna live in a society where like you have to wear blinders. So this can go either way. It's either gonna be really good or really bad. Really bad meaning we're gonna be wearing blinders. Right? In my opinion, that's good because I think the less social interaction, the better. Hell, like the birth rate's already dropping like crazy. But anyway, or it's gonna be good, meaning there's gonna be a backlash and people are gonna be like, okay, this is stupid. Turn up the heat. We gotta melt these snowflakes. Once again, the participation trophy, soybean, skinny jean, demasculation of society is just causing all these problems. But like, if this makes the pendulum swing the other way because it's so stupid and could be like misinterpreted, like once again, you can look at someone basically, and that person can go, you're harassing me. That is gonna wake up a lot of people and make them swing the other way and just go, this stuff is stupid. So maybe this is a good thing, okay? Maybe we do need more men competing in women's sports, just to make more and more people go, okay, this is just stupid. Because things are starting to swing the other way, but we need more snowflake initiatives to be implemented into our society because the average person, the average person is normal. The average person, I'm just making an assumption here. The average person probably thinks that staring is something that's so arbitrary it can't be enforced. Like I've never been stared at by a hot chick, you know, because like staring is more of a negative thing. So like a hot chick has never stared at me, you know, like a hot chick has never harassed me or bothered me. Like a hot chick has never been annoying. You get it? You see? So it's, you know, I know this is black pill talk, because like looks matter, but this is a social interaction. When it comes to social interaction, looks matter because if you like the person, attracted to the person, if the person's good looking, it's not going to be a negative input. This is why this is so stupid. But I have an IQ above shoebox, so I get it. So the fact that this is a billboard, a little advertisement, it's more than one. The fact that this is a subway advertisement, a public announcement means a lot. There's a lot of stupid people in power who thought this was a good idea, or is it just a bunch of people who want to see the world burn? Either way, yeah, I don't know, but just because someone is empowered doesn't mean they're smart, doesn't mean they're good. Obviously, you see what's going on in politics, so or maybe you don't know what's going on because hell, it's been going on for years and it's still going on. But anyway, like, what's next though? Like, what if you actually, okay, all this is on the subway. What if they make something where like if you accidentally brush against someone, that's like harassment? I mean, like how far does it go? Like they don't mind having slippery slopes. They really don't mind. I hate slippery slopes because it never like ends up in a place that's good. I don't know why people want more rules, more laws. People just love restricting life, and I don't get those people. Now, once again, does the average person think, 2, 3, 4 steps ahead? Probably not, because like look where we are now. I recently found out that 'cause I live in California, that California lawmakers are trying to pass like I forgot how many, like 5 or 6 bills that involve COVID uh, restrictions, like like when kids go to public school, there's like a few shots that are mandatory. So like they're trying to make the COVID shot mandatory for school kids. The only problem is, um, you know, forget about the efficacy of the shot because the CDC put out some notes about the shot where the efficacy only lasts like 6 months, and after 6 months it drops down to 50%. Once again, this is stuff you can look up. The CDC said this. I'm just repeating what the CDC said. So they're trying to make a bill where that shot's going to be mandatory. But that doesn't make sense because if you want that shot to stay effective, you would literally have to take a shot every 6 months. So I mean, like, but see, these people aren't thinking because once again, it's all about politics. It's all about control. It's not about the science. If it was about the science, if it was really about the science, and you were really worried about people's health, you would promote healthy living because your immune system is the best defense against a lot of things. But we do know that your immune system is the best defense against the current fantasy flu. But because, well, you already know why, okay? But yeah, and they're trying to pass a law where, everyone working at a private business has to, show their records, like their medical records. Like they're doing everything to take away people's medical privacy because if you can pass a bill saying that you have to show proof to get employment, you have to show proof of your shot records or your shot records for the fantasy flu. Well, then that's a slippery slope. They can they can get your whatever records. Is this person on Prozac? Like they could do mental stuff too. Like, is this like what if an employer doesn't want to hire someone that's on meds? And like when I say meds, I mean like meds for your brain. And I can't pronounce them. Whatever, lithium. I know that's a Nirvana song. Then slippery slope. It started with this, everyone's scared about the fantasy flu, so they're like, okay, government will give you some power. Let's pass these laws. Okay, well, you just passed this law that says I have to show proof of this, but then if I have to show proof of this, well, like, why not show proof of like these other records you have that are so-called private, but they're not private anymore because you give up those rights. It's like people are asking to be slaves, basically. People are asking to make their life more difficult. I don't get it. I mean, you would think the average person would want less laws. Like, I understand having like a few laws, like, you can't kidnap people. You know what? I get it. That's understandable. I totally understand why you can't kidnap people. You know, I understand why arson is illegal. Makes total sense. I get it. You know what? I don't want to live in a place where arson's legal. You know what I mean? So whatever. Like um, having a meth lab. I understand why that's illegal because because if that blows up, it literally can take out three houses. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Some laws make sense, but some laws are panic laws. Some laws are like these NPC um you've been brainwashed to give up your rights laws. And I don't know. I mean, I guess and I can't relate because I'm obviously not brainwashed by mainstream media or, social media. Well, the reason why I can't the reason why I'm not brainwashed by social media because there's no free speech, so like every third time I post something, I get suspended for 30 days, so I just gave up on using it, you know? So hopefully, um, I don't know all the. Oh no, one of the bills was they're lowering the age of uh, consent for getting the fantasy flu shot. So they're trying to lower it where like a 12-year-old doesn't need his or her parents' permission to get the fantasy flu shot. So it's another example of the left trying to lower the age of anything when it comes to kids. It's always about the kids. Like they always do something weird with the kids. Just like in Florida, we got the parental rights bill that got passed, and the bill basically says, I think children from kindergarten to third grade, uh, it's illegal to teach them about like sex stuff, basically. You know, it, which makes total sense. Like, why would you want a child between 5 and 8 or 5 and 9, whatever, to be taught about current day SJW, identity politics, you know, trans trans and non-binary crap. They're kids. But you got these people protesting like, no, we gotta talk to the kids about this. I'm like, no, that's weird. Why is there a certain segment of the adult population that wants to talk to children about sex? I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. It's just weird. And you wonder why the birth rates are dropping. Because everyone's messed up in the head. Who wants to have kids with someone who identifies as a chihuahua? Who wants to have kids with someone when when your girlfriend or boyfriend's like, I can't wait to raise these kids as deer, you know? You don't want to, if you're a sane person, you don't want to raise kids with a person like that, you know? You want a person with like regular hair, not like pink, purple, blue, and green. If you're a guy, you want to have a girlfriend that actually shaves her armpits. There's just so many like social issues that are making people walking red flags that normal people are just like, I'm out. I am not interacting with the opposite sex. I'm just not going to interact in general because things are just socially going to hell. We have the wrong people in power, which hopefully that'll change soon. But it's really not who's in power. It's about the first step is fixing who counts the votes. That's the biggest problem in this country right now is like who counts the votes. So we first have to fix our voting situation. And once we fix our, voting situation, you know, we're only like, you can vote, meaning like you can't magically have 5 votes, or like, I've seen examples where this is just one example, but there was like an abandoned parking lot in I believe it was Vegas, and there were like several votes that used the address of that abandoned parking lot, and it was just, a lot of the people that lived there were dead. So like I said, like we have to fix a lot of things in this country, but we first have to make it so that when you vote, it actually counts. Because look what's happened, you know. Anyway, I think I've said enough. I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy your day. I'll enjoy mine. Peace.